The National Museum of the Mighty 8th Air Force has been around here in Pooler since 1996. That's when we opened our doors here. It started in 1991. Retired General Lewis Lyle went around the country raising donations to start this museum as a way to honor the men that he served with in the 8th Air Force during the Second World War. The city of Savannah was the 5,000th airplane that was processed at Huntersville, Georgia. There is a difference between built and processed. There were three main locations these aircraft were built around the country: Long Beach, California; Wichita, Kansas; Dearborn, Michigan. Processing is basically depending on which theater of operations they went to in the Second World War. They went to the corresponding coast of the United States and went through a thing called processing, is where they put all the weapons on it, made sure it can operate with a full combat load of bombs, fuel, and the crew members as well. Once it gets done with processing, then it goes over to whichever theater. In our case, it went to East Anglia, England, and served bombing Fortress Europa. Flew 13 combat missions. On its 13th mission, it was shot down. One man lost his life, the other 9 became prisoners of war, and the aircraft itself was completely destroyed. So unfortunately, this is not the actual city of Savannah because the aircraft was destroyed. Ours was built in Long Beach, California in 1945. By the time it was done with processing, the Army Air Forces had transitioned to the B-29. So this one never flew in combat, but it was a functioning aircraft instead of being scrapped like thousands of the aircraft were after the war and being recycled. This one flew Arctic exploration missions in Canada for several years, and then was one of those aircraft you see flying over forest fires and dropping that chemical on the ground for about 29 years. And it's been a working restoration ever since. Over 60,000 volunteer man hours have gone into putting this aircraft back together. It's still not finished, but once it is finished, it'll be the only B-17 anywhere in the world. It's on static display that every single piece of the aircraft will work. The top secret weapon was the Norden bomb sight. It allowed the 8th Air Force and the Army Air Forces to do their daylight strategic bombing mission. Only the United States heavy bombers had it, the B-17s and B-24s. No other, we didn't share the technology with any of our allies or anything like that. So it was the goal of the U.S. Army Air Forces to use that Norden bomb sight to do the strategic bombing mission. 26,000 young service members gave their lives for their country, as 1,000 more than the entire Marine Corps lost during the Second World War. The same Marine Corps that went through the battles of Guadalcanal, Solomon Islands, Okinawa, and Iwo Jima. And vast loss of life with them as well. But the 8th Air Force, I think it has to do with just how vast and how large it actually was with the loss of life. It was the highest casualty rate of any combat unit in the Second World War for the United States. We do have a Facebook page. We have an actual website, mighty8th.org. Visit that. It has links to all of our programs and everything that we like to do. We have a substantial library upstairs, over 10,000 volumes on the Second World War and the 8th Air Force itself. We're right off of exit 102 on 95 here in Georgia, in Pooler, Georgia, right before you get to Savannah. And that's probably the best ways to reach us.